Hi, this is Henry Chamberlain. Happy New Year. I hope your year finished well for 2019. So here we are launching into 20. It's interesting. I just came back from BOMA Anchorage, minus 14 below last Friday when I was there. But they have this wonderful economic forum. They attract this year just under 450 people, launching the year, taking a look at the local economy, different market niches, and of course the national numbers, which is why I plugged in. They've just got a great thing going up there. A couple of things I thought I'd do is just go through some of the economic numbers that we've been talking about. I've talked about Urban Land Institute and their Emerging Trends report, but it's interesting when you look at this Goldilocks economy that the Fed likes to talk about in terms of inflation being down, employment, 3.5%. It's incredible. Even up there where it's a little bit depressed, 5.5% unemployment, but the numbers are incredible. If you look at the property types, industrial is still outperforming. Obviously, vacancy rates are low. The returns beating inflation, and they're projected to do that through 21. When you look at office, it's projected to beat inflation this year, but next year probably fall a little bit short of that. So it's a different business, and retail is a whole different industry on top of that. And then you look at the returns in terms of industrial or office or retail, and they've dropped over the last 3 or 4 years. It's not that there's not really good business being done. The fact is the folks that are being creative and recasting those 30-plus-year-old private sector buildings or building new marketplaces in suburban markets and elsewhere are attracting the entrepreneurs. They're bringing in the tech companies that are folks that are really growing this new economy. And of course, they're leveraging up the energy of the millennials and the Zs, and they're creating all this business that's out there. So there's really good business to be done. But if you're doing it just in traditional ways and the way you've done it in the past, you're not going to do so well. If you can figure out that formula, if you can figure out a way to create authentic buildings, original buildings, create that tenant amenity rich environment that we're talking about, to leverage up the technology, to bring the portfolios together so the services that are being offered in a specific company's portfolio can be shared across the brands, and then you can successfully integrate all those folks, you can do some really good business. And when you look at the top markets, there are a couple of the ones you would expect. Dallas, Fort Worth area, of course, Texas with low taxes. But you look at Austin, that's been exploding for a while around tech. Denver's amazing. Oklahoma City's investing in itself. It's growing. Raleigh-Durham was number 3 on the top 20 list they were talking about. They're taking all that together. They're creating incredible real estate property and doing some great business. So even though the economy settled back a little bit, the fact is people are doing some really good business out there. So it's fun to get out and see how people are creating those environments and all the rest. But the good news is 2020 looks great. 21 looks like it has some great opportunities as well. So great things. It was nice to get out and represent that. Winter Business Meeting, got to do a shout out for that. Coming up the first week of February, we've got some great issues we're going to be taking up to Capitol Hill, and we really need to take that BOMA brand up on the Hill. We got Bob Woodward, legendary here in town for his politics in the Washington Post, as one of the speakers, and then of course all the great committee work. But I hope you think about joining us February 2 to 5. Thanks.